What is up, you guys? My name is RVZ and welcome back to Corpse Party Book of Shadows. But then I happened to look over and catch Seiko staring at me. Yeah, totally, Seiko. Is something wrong? No, it's nothing. Huh? It was too dark to see Seiko's features in any great detail, but something seemed amiss. It was her face. Was she blushing? Naomi? Yeah? This is hard for me to say. But, well, what is it? She had an uncharacteristically serious expression on her face and seemed really nervous. What was it, Seiko? What were you trying to tell me? Never you mind, hehe. Oh, come on, now my curiosity is killing me. Just spit it out already. Promise you won't laugh? If you don't want me to, then I won't. Okay. Because I'm totally serious. Oh? My heart skipped a bit. This was the beginning. How could I have been so dense all this time? Since we have no idea what's going to happen to us in here, there's something I really need to tell you. Okay. Seiko's focus changed. Her gaze was now directed squarely at my lips. Wait, was this... Will you kiss me? What? I want to kiss you. Why? Because I love you. As a friend, right? Seiko didn't say a word. She was shook. She just shook her head fervently. I was dumbfounded. Was she confessing to me? I hadn't even had a boy to confess to me yet. She hung her head low, staring at her feet. My silence seemed almost like it was causing her physical pain. She looked like she might explode. I couldn't see her face clearly, but I was certain she must have been quivering and blushing from ear to ear. You're serious? I'd marry you if I could. I want to kiss you and hug you too. That was the first time I'd ever heard Seiko speak so softly, or with such a stammer on her voice. What? Naomi? Before I knew it, I was crying, and I had no idea why. Seiko, I'm sorry. What? What the f... I ran out of the room and just took off down the hall. What the fuck? I still couldn't tell why I was crying. It's like I was scared, or maybe I was happy, or maybe I just lost a friend. What? Why? I needed to calm down. The Seiko I was friends with wasn't gone. She hadn't been lost. Regardless of whether or not I was able to return her feelings, I owed her at least a thank you. Seiko must have been pretty deep in regret by that point. I needed to get back to her. I needed to let her know that I would still stand by her. Why the fuck did you just leave, Seiko? What have you done? What the fuck, man? I was suddenly distracted by the sound of dripping water nearby. It was as if someone had left the faucet on, but only just, and it was slowly spilling out onto the floor. But where was it? It sounded close, yet there was no sign of running water anywhere that I could see. I had a bad feeling about this. Yeah, we fucked up. All I knew it was close. Like really close. Wait, no, it couldn't be. I looked down at my feet and I gasped. What the fuck? An unpleasant looking black fluid was running down my thighs and pulling up on the floor beneath my feet, and it wasn't stopping. What the fuck is that? Ew, what the hell is that? What is this? What? I hesitantly collected a bit of it on my finger and studied it. It wasn't blood. It was most like tar-like in consistency, smooth and viscous. And it seemed to be fairly glowing as well. Why was something like this coming out of my body? What the fuck is that, demon? I went to wipe my finger on my skirt and shift it in place, only to lose my footing and fall backwards, landing hard on my rear. Oh, what? I put my hands on the sides of my head, closed my eyes and screamed. I'd reached my limit. I just wanted all of this to be over. But try as I might to shut out the world was determined not to be ignored. It was like heaven and earth were moving all around me. I felt dizzy. It was like my soul and my body was separating. I began acutely aware of my own mass and started obsessing over it. I was so heavy. My head, in particular, the human cranium weighs about 5 kilograms and I could feel every last gram straining my neck muscles. It was hurting my back. What's happening? I'm losing consciousness. I can't open my eyes. All the blood in my body came rushing to my head. Why was this happening? I could feel the blood vessels in my face pressuring against my skin. I could see blood behind my eyelids. It hurts so much. Then the blood just kept coming. It wouldn't stop. It felt as if my blood vessels, my eyes, my whole head could burst at any moment. Somebody please save me. Seiko. Careful. You're about to fall into the valley of the past and the future memories. But just as my last vestige of consciousness were fading, I heard a little girl's voice, but I was in pain. I was weighed down. I couldn't open my eyes. If you wish to save your friend, you'll need to overcome fate itself. What are you saying? The heaviness of my head grew at an alarming rate, and I heard a tearing sound behind my ears. It was the sound of a major blood vessel breaking wide open. I was certain I was going to die, but then the pain and dizziness simply vanished. I had a sensation of a faint shimmering before my eyes, and I wondered if maybe I could open them now. Slowly and carefully, I relaxed the muscles that were forcibly and tearfully holding my eyelids shut. What? Where am I? This isn't Heavenly Host. I knew exactly where I was. I just seen this image a million times before. I've seen it. Just this morning with Seiko. This was my house. Huh? Am I really alone? Was it all a dream, maybe? Mom, I'm home. Something wasn't right. My field of vision was low on the ground, and everything around me looked much larger than it should. What was going on? Naomi, guess what? I brought you a cat. Huh? Dad? You've always been so mature, watching the house all by yourself when you're away, when we're away, rather. Come on, pet it. Isn't she great, Naomi? Huh? Mom? Now you'll have someone to keep you company. Oh, sorry, we're always so late coming home from work. Sweetie, it's so nice that we can trust you though. I'm really sorry, but now you won't be lonely anymore, right? Stop this. May would spend half her time indoors and the other half in the backyard, as if she were out of the pasture or something. It may not have been much land, but that was her territory, and she was rarely ventured outside of it. Once, I was so upset that my parents were going to be late coming home from work again that I scooped up May and ran away from home. For a little while. Papa, Mama, I hate you. Stop it. It's because you're here, May. Because you're here. Papa and Mama don't think they have to come home. It's your fault, you know. Naomi, what's wrong? Why are you crying? What did you do when May ran off to? I'm sorry, May. I don't want us to be apart. I said a really mean thing to you, May. I'm so sorry. Oh no, it's alright, Naomi. May will always be there for you. She loves you, you know. She can sense exactly how you feel. And she's very understanding. What the fuck? It wasn't long after that May ran away. I searched for her every day through teary eyes, but in the end, she never did come home. Such a pity. I guess even cats get strange ideas in their heads from time to time. That wasn't it. And you two were such good friends too. I did this. But you'll make a new friend in no time. You just need to put this out of your mind and move on. It's because May was so understanding and kind-hearted that she disappeared from my life. If only I hadn't said what I said to her. May, come back please, May. May, you never change, do you? Mom? Mom, where are you? She's not here. Naomi? Seiko? Seiko? Seiko, are you alright? I've been looking all over for you. I'm so sorry about before. She didn't respond. But she didn't have to. This was definitely Seiko. I can't see you very well. Come a little closer, please. Let me see your face. I drew in towards Seiko, who was sitting on the ground, and rested my head on her shoulder. Then I wrapped my arms around her. Still couldn't see her face. I thought it might be because of the dim lighting in the room. But no, that wasn't it. Something was very wrong here. Seiko wasn't moving an inch. And that's when I realized her skin was cold. What? She's dead? Wait, where was I? Was I at home? Or was this Heavenly Host? The last thing I remember was frantically trying to find her again. I could smell incense from somewhere far off, and finally realized that this wasn't reality. What? Arriving at Kishiki Station. What the fuck? No. No, this person sitting perfectly still on the floor, not saying a word. This wasn't Seiko. So, who was it? What? Naomi. Within the unwielding darkness, I knew that whoever it was taking Seiko's shape was coming towards me. She's here, she's right next to me. I can feel her breath, I can sense her presence. Who are you? I'm your friend. With a broken neck? Remember? What? This is the future, where you make me die. No. Why did you leave me by myself back there? After we finally managed to get back together too. I was so worried that I'd hurt you, so worried. And that's why things turned out this way. Oh, don't say that. As I lay there stricken with grief, I heard the footsteps of a child approach. I looked up and saw a little girl with a red dress standing over me. Oh God, this again. You want to save your friend no matter what it takes? What the fuck is she here? What the hell? Who are you? What are you? I'm the one who controls the fate of this world. Yes, you are. Yes, she fucking is. I had no clue what she meant by that. but I remember that she'd be giving me advice this whole time. She had a different hair about her than the other spirits around the school building. I felt like maybe she was on my side. I want to save her, please. If there's some way to do it, tell me how. I'll give you another chance to remember. Think hard. What you've just seen are the events from your past, which is also the future, through which your spirit now passes. In other words, this isn't the first time you've experienced this sequence of events, but you already knew that, didn't you? This sort of thing doesn't happen. It should have sounded like complete nonsense to me. But I didn't say a word, I just nodded. They were just fragments, but nonetheless, I was seeing crystal clear visions of what I could only assume was my first time experiencing those events. That sense of déjà vu I'd been feeling wasn't just some crazy delusion or misidentified nerve impulse in my brain, it was real. Then, you've also already seen the trigger event from which your despair originated. So now, you fight against this fated demise. Oh, I'm back here. Oh, fuck. When I came back to my senses, I found myself standing in the hallway on the 3rd floor of the school building. When did I get here? How long had I been here? I looked down, and sure enough, there were puddles of black all around me. Yeah, that liquid that I have no idea what it is, what the fuck. It was that viscous fluid that had been spilling out from inside me. And a palpable manifestation of dread spreading out across the floor. But this was no time to sulk. I had to think about Seiko. I'd left her by herself again. I wonder if she's still in the custodian's room. That sound was coming from inside the bathroom. There was a violent banging coming from one of the stalls. With a lump in my throat and a shiver down my spine, I slowly crept in to take a look. God damn it, now it's Seiko. Now we know that it's Seiko. There was an eerie stillness in the air within the girl's lavatory. I didn't feel like there was anyone else in there with me, but I sensed a slight movement on the 3rd stall door from the back. Fuck, we're gonna open it. This was the source of all the bad feelings and uncomfortable premonitions I'd been having. I knew what was going to find. I remember this future. Yeah. Oh. This was the future I absolutely had to prevent from coming to pass. The image of what waited for me in that stall was burned in my memory. Oh boy. Oh god, no. What the fuck? Everything's red. Ah, god, of course. And it was now reality. Seiko! Go! Neo! Seiko, you're still alive, I'll save you. There it was again, a flash of the sad future that awaited us if I made even one wrong move here. But there was still time. I could still save her. Hold on, I'll get you down. But how? Her nose was pretty high off the ground, and I needed some way to get up to neck height. But in order to pull her down safely, something to stand on? The bucket, not the bucket, not the bucket. We tried the bucket on the first game, not the bucket. Think of something else, not the bucket. Can't be the bucket. No, I remember now. The bottom of that bucket is rusted through. I fall and wind up breaking Seiko's neck. There has to be some other way. Some way to loosen up the rope so she can breathe. Oh? Though only half conscious, Seiko was thrashing about wildly, frantically squirming for air. It seemed automatic, like a reflex, the body's struggle for life when life was being denied it. All I could see as I watched her body writhing on the rope was proof positive that she wanted to live. I'm going to save you, I swear. Do something, you fuck. It was going to be alright. to see the future. Fate was on my side for a change. Rubber body. You have a bad leg. You have a bad leg. You won't be able to... Man, this is so bad. You have a bad leg. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. You have a bad leg. There has to be something else. No, wait. I remember this too. If I try to lift her, I'm just going to end up pulling her down harder and breaking her neck. Seiko! What do I do? There has to be something else. Man, I still don't... Fuck, I don't think I can think of anything else much longer. Fucking god, man. Let's try to hoist it up. We have a bad leg, but maybe, I don't know. That was it. I needed to lift her higher up. I quickly ducked under Seiko's body and forced myself between her, wildly flaying legs until she was sitting on my shoulders. Okay. Then I pulled everything I had into my back muscles, standing up and lifting her into the air. This created enough slack in the rope that the upper half of Seiko's body, weakened as it was, naturally collapsed against the back wall. Thinking fast, I took a step forward and actively pushed her into it, holding her in place so her head shouldn't drop back down again. Did you do it? Seiko? Seiko, stay with me. Breathe. Breathe. I'm going to get you out of this rope now, okay? Just hold still. All the air on my body was standing on hand. I actually did it. I averted fate. I prevented Seiko's death. I could feel it all throughout my being. I had just stepped into a new world, a new destiny. It was an odd sensation. My deja vu, my memories of that horrible future had ground to a halt. I had no idea what would happen from now on. It seemed the only memories I retained from that other timeline were the ones relating to my dearest friend's demise. Seiko had stopped squirming and simply slumped over, exhausted from the whole ordeal. I reached my hand up to her neck, gently and carefully, and after a lot of fumbling, I successfully untied the knot on the rope. Oh. Peeling the slack noose off Seiko's neck made a sort of cracking noise with each yank. I was in awe of how much force that rope had exerted. It was painful just to think about it. Up through this morning, she was all smiles and laughter. She was always thinking about me, and always so kind and outgoing. Why did something so horrible have to happen to her? There was nothing to be afraid of anymore. Seiko and I had now bypassed the sad fate that previously awaited us. As long as the two of us were together, we'd make it through this. I looked down at Seiko, still breathing, and sobbed. I led Seiko out of the stall and gently laid her down on the bathroom floor. She was too weak to go any farther just yet. Seiko, you idiot! Why did you try to hang yourself? I was so worried about you. You have no idea. I laid my head on her body. She was so warm. I wasn't going to let her go again. I wasn't going to let anyone take her away from me. It's okay. It's okay now. I'm sorry, Seiko. I won't ever leave you alone again. Do you understand? Can you see me? It's me, Naomi. What is it? What? What? Seiko? Yeah? What's wrong? It's me. It's me. Seiko wasn't acting like herself. She was regarding me as if she'd just seen a ghost. Her face was painfully painted with an abject fear from the very depths of her soul. She stumbled to her feet clumsily, then hastily darted out of the room. Oh. Seiko? What? Why? I don't understand. I didn't understand. Why was she confused? Either way, I had to catch her. What the hell? Wait, tell me what's wrong. It's me, it's Naomi. Kept pace with Seiko's frantic and steady sprinting as she turned the corner and headed down the staircase, and then oh shit. Wait a minute. Isn't there like a piano string? Oh no. Oh no. Say? Oh no. Oh no. No. You kidding me? What? No. Dude, what? No. Man, what? Did this really happen? Are you kidding me? No. Dude. What the fuck? What the Why? Why? Seiko, I saved you. I just saved you. It smells rotten. What? Sachiko? Oh, poor you, giggle. Did you really think you could save her? Once someone's fate passes through these halls, it locks in place forever. Don't you see? If your destiny is to die here, then that's what's going to happen, no matter what. And the way you die will just keep you getting worse and worse every time. Good girl. Good girl. Don't worry, I'll gladly extract all your painful memories for you for now. This isn't your first time here after all, right? We have all the time in the world to savor all the new, unspeakable ways your friend can die. Oh god, what the fuck is this? No. Such unbelievable cruelty. This was an inhuman malevolence, the likes of which I'd never even imagined could exist. Because of my own overzealous actions, Seiko wound up meeting a fate even worse than death by hanging. It's my fault. My fault. My tears began raining down on Seiko's cheek and on her forehead, into her nose, into her mouth, into her eyes. But Seiko's eyes wouldn't close. Despite lacking the ability to focus anymore, she kept staring right at me. Oh, Seiko, what are you looking at right now? What thoughts are going through your mind? Why did you run from me earlier? Why were you so afraid? But no matter how many times I asked her these questions, Seiko just wouldn't answer. I told her we'd always be friends no matter what, that we'll always be together. Answer me, please, do say something. Don't leave me all alone. I could still feel the warmth from Seiko's head in my arms, but she was gone now. I was powerless. All I could do was scream. There was nothing else to do. Nothing would change. Not that the screaming helped. All that did was echo back at me, as if mocking my pain. I felt like I was trapped in a cold, damp cell. I had no doubt in my mind that this was hell. Why do we have to be put through this nightmare? God, I can't take it anymore. Get me out of here. Someone please save me. Yeah, this is so fucked up. Oh, we finished the fucking chapter 1. Thank God. What the fuck? Was it even clear? Okay. What the fuck? Demise. Oh god, no. Bonus menu. What the fuck is that? Okay. Alright. God. Damn it, hard feelings. What the fuck, man? Oh, I should have seen that coming. I should have seen that coming. I suppose we couldn't save Seiko after all. Oh man. Anyway. Fate is fate, and sometimes you can't escape it. So, yep. On the next episode we'll... Don't play the fucking video, damn it. On the next episode we'll continue the new chapter, the second chapter. But till then, guys, let me know what you think about this episode in the comment section below. If you actually enjoyed the video, give it a like, don't forget to subscribe if you're new. As always, I hope to see you again.